I'm not much of a car guy, but there's always been one car that's been my dream car, and I finally decided to do it. Finally did it. I decided to ask if I can borrow Trevor's Tesla.
How'd you like it?
It was incredible. Trevor here is going to tell you guys 5 reasons why you should get a Tesla. Here's your key back.
No problem.
Appreciate it. It's really nice, by the way.
Okay, so it's not my Tesla. I don't own one yet, at least. But I have been thinking about buying a Tesla for a really long time, and I'm a really pragmatic kind of guy. I think about these kinds of things for a long time before I actually take the plunge and spend something like $90,000 Canadian on a car. I've never spent anywhere near that amount for a car. I think cars are usually pretty bad investments. And let me know, what do you guys think? Should I buy a Tesla? Is it a terrible idea, or is it a good use of my money? Let me know, because it's a lot of money. I don't want to waste it, but I still can't shake it. The Tesla is on my mind, and I've been thinking about all the different reasons why I think it's a good idea for me or for you to buy a Tesla. So here are my top 5 reasons why I guess I should buy a Tesla.
Okay, Trevor, what's the first reason somebody should get a Tesla?
Because they're fun to drive.
Oh my gosh! You gotta be careful with that. I'm gonna slam my camera into your Tesla soon. Oh man, that speed is crazy.
All right, so this car is a performance Model 3, so it has all-wheel drive, it has upgraded brakes, upgraded brake calipers, the carbon fiber spoiler on the back, upgraded power electronics, and it's about 500 horsepower. And with a software update coming, that's going to give us an additional 5%. So over the last 2 software updates, they've added about 50 horsepower to this car just through software.
Do we really need more horsepower in this thing? Like
More.
when is enough?
So first off, we gotta talk about how ridiculously fun it is to drive a Tesla. And a lot of that has to do with how fast, how powerful these cars are. The most spec'd out Model 3 can do 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in about 3.4 seconds. And to put that into perspective, a lot of the world's fastest cars, like the supercars, do 0 to 100 in about 3 seconds. So that's really crazy to have that in this little sedan with no gear shifting, instant power as soon as you step on that pedal. It's not a gas pedal, I guess it's an accelerator. As soon as you hit that pedal, it just starts going. It feels like you're on a roller coaster. And I was actually surprised also how well it handles. I was expecting it to be a little bit sluggish and probably not the most zippy car to drive around corners, but I was really surprised at how well the Model 3 really does drive. One of the really nice things I think too is that you don't actually need to brake too often. As soon as you let go of the gas pedal, it starts engine braking, essentially generating more electricity to charge the batteries back up instead of using metal on metal braking like most cars do. You only really need to brake at the very end just to do that last stop, that last 5% or so. Most of the time you're just letting go of gas and it starts slowing down. And that to me is really nice because it's so efficient. It was a little bit weird to get used to at first, but it took about half an hour and I was just loving only really having to use the accelerator pedal and barely at all on the brake.
Okay, so I've been in a Tesla twice in my life, once with my friend Marina and once with Trevor here, and this is gonna be the first time I actually drive a Tesla, so it'll be interesting. All right, this is gonna be the first time actually gunning the car. Let's see how fast it is. Matt, hold on to my camera. Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Oh, I feel lightheaded.
I legitimately lost my breath.
Oh my goodness. Trevor, can I have this car? Holy crap. And that's just like that. There's no like.
It's addictive, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, yeah, you just wanna punch it every 2 seconds now. Yeah, it's like instant power. I've definitely never driven a car like this.
This was my very first time driving a Tesla, and I can say it is a lot of fun. Number 2 is that Teslas are super smart. It kind of feels like the same thing as when I transitioned from my old little Nokia dumb phone, I guess, into my iPhone smartphone. It feels like that same kind of transition from going from kind of a dumb car that just basically drives around to now this smart car that does so much more than just drive. Everything from not needing a key anymore, your phone is your key now, controlling your car from the app, or having that iPad looking screen in the middle of the car. Everything is just so much smarter than I'm used to. It can park itself. Okay, Trevor's gonna make the Tesla park itself. How does this work?
Well, basically the car will either perpendicular or parallel park. All you have to do is kind of pull up beside some cars so it can measure some parking spaces. You can see here on the screen it says P for park. So all I have to do is put the car in reverse and press start. And the car will park itself.
Oh my gosh. Magic. My wife is gonna love that.
Yes, other cars can do this too, but it can also do this.
Okay, not only that, you can summon your car. There's a thing called Smart Summon now, and you can get your car to come over to you from its parking spot. Car's way over there.
So the car is way over there, the white car. So come to me, press and hold, and the car is now going to come to us.
Oh my gosh. There's people. Are you scared?
No, it detects pedestrians.
Your car is driving itself right now.
There is nobody in that car. Oh, we forgot to turn it. There's nobody in the car.
It's not gonna hit us, right, Trevor?
No.
There's nobody in this car, and it just drove itself from over there all the way to here. Can I get in while you smart summon it?
Sure.
Okay, we're in the back now. Matt, are you okay with this?
Yeah. This is awesome.
I hope you have insurance for yourself, because you never know what's gonna happen. He's over there. Oh my gosh, the car's taking off already. We are literally being driven by AI right now. AI is driving us around the parking lot.
It's crazy.
The Tesla can actually drive itself to you with Smart Summon. That's crazy. And I gotta say, being in the backseat of a Tesla driving itself felt very future-like. That was a really, this is the future kind of moment, experiencing that for myself. Not only do you have Smart Summon, but you also have essentially autopilot right now on highways or freeways, bigger roads.
So not only can you smart summon your car, but you can also get it to drive itself on the highway or freeway if you're in America.
Once you get into the on-ramp, you'll see that there's a, when you get the auto steer icon.
Okay, auto steer right there.
Yeah, I'll tell you when to activate it.
Okay, so we're getting onto the freeway here.
So one tap down of the drive stalk puts it into cruise control.
Okay, do I do one? Yep.
And then there's your speed. And you can adjust your speed like this, whatever.
Okay.
But if you do a double tap, now you're in auto steer.
Can I let go? Can I let go?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Matt, I'm not driving anymore. The car is driving
the car
itself.
will accelerate.
Will it merge?
Yeah, you can see here on the screen that it's going to merge automatically for you.
Matt, I'm not doing anything. Oh my gosh.
I'll just hold your, I usually put my hand on the bottom corner, and that's just enough torque so that it knows that you're there.
I'm not moving the steering wheel. I'm literally just holding my hand on the steering wheel.
That's all you need to do.
This was my first time experiencing a car essentially driving by itself. Yes, I did have my hand on the steering wheel, but the Tesla was doing everything by itself. And it's crazy how fast you get used to it. I didn't have any troubles trusting the car or thinking that, oh, something sketchy is gonna happen. And it didn't give me any reason to be scared for my life. And when you think about it, a computer is just so much faster at doing a whole bunch of tasks at the same time than we are. We can only really kind of do one task at a time, but the computers in the Tesla can look at all the cameras, figure out where all the cars are around us, and figure out what's the fastest, what's the best way to get around. I have no doubt that in the future, computers will be doing most of the driving for us. And if you have a Tesla right now, a computer can do a lot of the driving for you already.
So what else is smart?
Well, the whole car is smart. The whole navigation system is based on Google Maps, and it figures out all of your destinations. So if you happen to go somewhere, it automatically routes you through the chargers, how long to stay, you know, how long it takes to charge and stuff. So
Give us an example.
sure. So if you navigate in here, and let's say you want to go to Belleville from our current location, it will calculate everything. So it tells me you'll arrive in Belleville with approximately 22%, and it tells me what the return trip would be. And it automatically starts like that. So it takes all the guesswork out.
And you can control your whole car from this screen right here.
That's correct. All of your car settings are right here under this tab, so you have all these different controls. Can you imagine how many buttons this car would have if they were to do it the traditional way? This is why they did it with a screen.
That makes sense.
So whenever you need a charge, you just tap this button in the corner and it shows you all the chargers that are near you, but you can also zoom out. There you go. And all of these superchargers are connected to head office, so if you tap on any one of them, it shows you all the amenities, the speed, whatever the charge level is, as well as some of these will show you the charging spots that are actually in use. So you can see here there's 3 out of 8 that are currently in use. This is the magic of connectivity. So the car also has a permanent LTE connection to the internet 24/7. So this is how the software updates come down. It's how the car communicates with Tesla's head office for the learning of the autopilot system. It's truly remarkable. And you can watch Netflix and YouTube on the screen too when you're parked.
With their internet?
Yes,
So you don't need your phone internet for anything.
that's correct.
Wait, what? Really? That's incredible. Wait, you're supposed to go to YouTube and watch my video.
Yeah.
So it's been an incredible summer.
That's more like it.
Really good time. I actually did not know that you get to use their internet to watch Netflix and stuff like that. That is incredible.
And the car also comes with a variety of different built-in games. So there's a bunch of 8-bit games. There's a chess game, beach buggy racing, which you actually use the steering wheel to actually play
so
the
cool.
game. And Cuphead was just added recently through a software update. So if you use an Xbox controller or whatever, you can actually launch the game.
So you can actually use this steering wheel
Yes, sir.
to play this car game.
Yeah, I'll show you. It's even the same color. So I have a white car, so my car will be white.
So that's your Model 3
That's
right
right.
there? No way.
You'll never be bored in this car.
That's just so smart. Again, Teslas are just crazy, crazy smart. You have games, you have Netflix, you have YouTube, you have unlimited internet on your car. The Tesla is the smartest car that I know of. I'm really curious to know, what do you think is the best smart feature of the Tesla? What would you guys enjoy the most? Number 3 is no gas and very little maintenance. And this one is really big for me. I hate having to do maintenance on my car. I hate going to the gas stations. I hate having to get an oil change or having to get my brakes done. All of these things that you constantly have to maintain on your car. I just don't enjoy it, and it takes up a lot of my time over the months and years of using a normal gas car.
This is the only fluid you're ever going to put in the car, windshield wiper fluid.
So that's pretty much your only maintenance.
That and tires.
I can feel that jealousy just like rising, that envy, not having to go get oil changes and get my brakes done every once in a while. Man. The fact that you barely ever have to use your brakes is really just nice for my OCD brain when I'm not having to just brake all the time, especially in traffic, and be grinding metal on metal, and you know that you're just wearing out those brakes. Whereas with the Tesla, when you're slowing down or braking, you're just charging up your batteries. So it's just really enjoyable driving a Tesla that's so efficient
efficient compared to the other cars that I've been used to. Yes, you still need electricity, but you can charge your car at home overnight and then you'll be full in the morning, or you can go to one of the many superchargers and charge your car way faster. It's about 10 to 40 minutes depending on how much you need to charge your battery. And that time is gonna be cut even shorter by about 25% soon. And when you're doing a longer trip somewhere, you just put your destination into the map and it'll actually tell you which supercharger you need to stop by on the way. So it'll map your route along with that, and it'll tell you how long you're gonna need to stop at that supercharger. Again, just very, very smart. Number 4 is safety. It is one of the safest cars around. Everything I was looking online, all the crash tests and all that, really everybody was giving this thing a 5-star safety rating, making it one of the safest cars in the world to drive. And it makes a lot of sense. You don't have that big metal engine in the front with all those parts that can just basically blast through the cabin. Not to mention all the smart features helping you to avoid accidents. It really is the safest car that, again, I know of on the road. And for me as a dad, that's a pretty big deal. Once you start having kids, you start thinking about these things more. It's kind of crazy that every single day we drive these big hunks of metal at crazy fast speeds, really close to other big hunks of metal. I have a feeling that in the future, we'll look back and we'll think, how the heck did we drive without autopilot and lane assist and all of those things? How were we driving these things? Just having more information about where all the cars are around you on the screen, even that makes driving so much safer if you're just driving yourself and you're not using some of the autopilot type features.
Okay, so not only is this thing super safe, but it'll actually also, it'll protect your belongings and your car because...
Two things. The car uses the cameras in there as part of the autopilot system, also as a dash cam, so you get a dash cam for free in the car, front and back, as well as Sentry Mode, which is a built-in security system, so it's always recording at 360 degrees. So, and they've caught lots of people doing bad things to Teslas. So, a little PSA for you, don't touch Teslas because you will get caught.
Yeah, I've seen those videos on Twitter of people just walking by a Tesla, and for some reason they're so stupid that they decide to key the car, and then they're caught on camera because they don't realize that it's recording all the time. It's just incredible.
And Sentry Mode is currently active. So if you approach the car and come up to the screen, you'll see the screen will come on. It'll show you the HAL 9000 logo, and you're being recorded.
All right, let's test.
There it is. It says you are being Sentry Mode activated, and it's recording.
It's not worth it to mess with a Tesla. You're gonna get caught.
You can keep your car and the stuff in it safer with Sentry Mode, so you can actually record everything that's going around your car through the cameras. You can just plug in an external hard drive and it's gonna record to that, and hopefully it'll either deter that person or it'll catch that person and you'll be able to get your stuff back. And number 5 is updates. A Tesla will actually get better over time versus most cars just kind of get worse and outdated. Tesla comes up with a new update, you just download it through the internet, and suddenly you have a car that's better than the day that you bought it or better than a couple weeks ago. I've never ever updated my car, and that idea of getting a better car over time is a really big selling feature for me. I keep hearing everybody who tries a Tesla for the first time is sold immediately, and it's so hard to go back to a conventional gas car after that. And honestly, after my experience and also seeing Matt drive it for the first time, both of us absolutely loved it. It's like no other car I've ever driven. I feel like all the cars that I've ever tried in my life have all kind of been the same. And now I try the Tesla and it feels like a different beast. Again, it's that analogy of going from the old phones to all of a sudden a smartphone, and that just crazy improvement over what it can do.
All right, thanks so much, Trevor. Huge thank you to you for letting me and Matt test out this car and making us so jealous and envious. If you're at all interested in Teslas, you should go check out Trevor's channel. I'll link it down below. Where else can they find your stuff?
Well, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
And you have a whole forum, right?
Yeah. TeslaOwnersOnline.com is, I got thousands and thousands of members on there, and we talk nothing but Tesla. So if you have any questions or you want to find out about cars, modifications, what's the Tesla life all about, that's probably the best place.
Well, thank you. I'm a little bit bummed because this isn't my car, but thank you for letting us drive that thing.
Anytime, my friend. Anytime.
I'm really dreading having to go into my own car. How about you, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess the only question left is, should I buy a Tesla?